Hi, I'm here to talk to you today about three books that I think that would be inspirational for social studies and language arts. My first book that I would really like to consider is called The Toughest Cowboy. It is by John Frank, and it has the best illustrations that I've seen in a book. It is very lifelike, and it brings social studies to another level because I, like the book, um, love the Wild West. I was growing up with horses and cows, and my dad and all of his family are cowboys. So this book brought an interesting impact to me because the trails and the chuck wagons and the jobs that the cowboys had, that was all a part of it, and that's what I grew up with, and the music I grew up with. So this story brought a lot of it back, and the timeline that you see in the story, uh, what you would expect from an old western is really what you get in the book. The interesting part, though, of the story is uh, when the one of the cowboys, decides that the group needs a dog, and that's where it would be found interesting, is what dog they choose. From a social studies level, here you're going back to the wild American West, the cowboys. What happened during the wild era with the cowboys and Indians and the chuck wagons and all that. So in this instance, this would be a really good book. I had that students could do a report on how cowboys lived, could research on the computer, and decide how cowboys lived in the Wild West and do a report, and even do illustrations for the report on how they lived in the Wild West, because that's part of our heritage. Just like a lot of several other backgrounds, this is part of America's heritage, is the Wild West cowboys. So I thought this was very interesting. I also felt like um, they could make a Wild West poem and illustrate it. That's another thing that they could do, to pull language art into it. A lot of times on the open range, they would sing with the guitar, and their singing was something else. But anyway, they could do the students could do poetry and illustrate, and that's how you could bring language arts into the social studies part of the book. The second book is called An Outlaw Thanksgiving. Now, I like this book because um, this is another American West. This is another cowboys and American West theme, and you can tell I like it because that's how I was raised. But um, this brings back how the stagecoaches, what happened as the American West, as America came into the railroad ways and uh, and developed all that, and the gold rush, and what happened during that time period. You know, that's so amazing, and our students study that as we get older. But this is a real good book to kind of introduce it. It introduces the um, outlaw Butch Cassidy, okay, which they wouldn't learn until later, but it introduces Butch Cassidy, the Sundance Kid. So um, this does gives the terrain, the climate, all the things that the students would need to know about the area during that time. Um, I also put that the students could do a newspaper article about the big winter storm of a year, and they could illustrate and write about it, and to put how it affected the community. You know, it's totally fiction, but at least they could use adjectives to describe it. Um, Also, they could do a wanted poster. As a group effort, they could do a wanted poster for Butch Cassidy for today's time. So I thought that might be interesting. My third book is absolutely my favorite. It's my Chincote pony. This is my favorite because I am an avid horse lover. Um, this is and this is again about true American history because this actually does happen, even though this is a fiction story. And this is, this actually didn't happen. The whole pony sale does happen over in Virginia, and the firemen do wade the ponies over. And this is a great because there's a website you can go on. There's things you can do that are extra with the students as far as social studies and in studying another state within our United States. Um, the language arts, I would design an ad, let the students design, you know, an ad to create for the pony sale. Descriptive words. How would they attract their customers? And that's what I would do for the language arts. But the social studies would be definitely the area to which they do the pony sale. All the information about Virginia and why they do it. That would be my topic on social studies. These are three great and wonderful books that I have picked because I love and the American West just it picks my brain. So anyway, I hope you enjoy these and I hope you can use them. Thanks.